This is a loofah sponge, and I really cannot imagine my home without it now. If you would like to eliminate synthetic sponges, scrubbies, or shower poofs in your home, which are likely destined for landfill, a loofah sponge is a wonderful regenerative solution that I promise will not disappoint you.
A loofah sponge is from the loofah plant, which is a gourd. It is related to the cucumber and the squash family, and it is an easy plant to grow, especially if you have a relatively long growing season, direct sunlight, and a spacious area where the vine can climb. You will definitely need a trellis of some kind to grow a loofah plant. A young loofah gourd is edible, but if the gourd is allowed to mature on the vine, it becomes intensely fibrous, and this is what is harvested to create the loofah sponges. The outer peel is removed as well as the seeds, and then you're left with this beautiful sponge for the home. A loofah sponge goes directly into our compost at end of use, which will contribute to our garden soil life in the future. It is a gift that keeps giving to our home, to our life, and back to the earth. Let's talk about how you can use a loofah sponge in the home. I use it predominantly to wash dishes. In fact, I can't imagine my kitchen without it now. I appreciate how light the sponge is in my hand and its capacity to hold suds and lather. I've never encountered any concerning issues with odor or discoloration, and certainly if you would like to sanitize your loofah sponge, you can boil it for 10 minutes or soak it in a full-strength vinegar bath. A loofah sponge is not ideal for a really caked-on, dirty pot. There are other regenerative solutions for that. But for everyday washing dishes, it is a wonderful regenerative solution that will not disappoint you. I enjoy using a loofah sponge as a gentle exfoliator for my skin. I use it for Ayurvedic dry brushing as well as in the shower or the bath. And I have extremely sensitive skin, and I've never encountered any skin irritation from a loofah sponge. Now, I tend not to use this every day as a shower poof. That's certainly a possibility. I tend to use the loofah sponge as a self-care skin treatment periodically, and I really love it. It just feels kind of special and like a stay-at-home spa treatment. I'm growing loofah plants this year in zone 6B, which is a little tricky only in that it's a timing issue. We have a relatively short growing season, so I needed to start my seedlings indoor before our growing season began, and I also must ensure that I harvest any mature gourds before the first frost. A loofah sponge will not tolerate a frost. I am so excited about growing loofah plants this year. This is a fun project for our family, and it allows us to make a product for our home that is completely regenerative.
You can purchase a loofah sponge at your local eco store or online. They are readily available in a variety of sizes, shapes, and products for the home. I prefer to purchase a whole loofah sponge and then I cut it into pieces as I need it. That's worked really well for our family. I'm very pleased with the durability of a loofah. I use it every day at the kitchen sink and it holds up extremely well. If you purchase your loofah sponge online, you may find it arrives in a rather compressed and dehydrated form. Not to worry. To rehydrate your loofah, simply soak it in water for about 10 minutes, and that will return it to its natural fibrous consistency.
Now, whenever I purchase products online, I do try to purchase in bulk whenever possible to reduce my shipping and packaging consumption. And a loofah sponge is a great option for this if you're not growing it yourself, because it will not spoil. If you are currently using synthetic sponges in your home, I encourage you to consider how many you are putting in the garbage each year. And could a loofah sponge be a regenerative alternative for your home? I think there's often the perception when using a green product that it comes with a compromise of some kind, whether that's performance, function, cost, or aesthetics. And in my experience, a loofah sponge just doesn't disappoint. It is this incredible regenerative gift from nature.
I have tried to use cloths to wash dishes, but I am partial to a sponge, and I am grateful that a loofah offers a regenerative alternative for our cleaning needs. I love that I get to put a loofah in the compost instead of the garbage every time. This one shift in our daily rituals has helped our family be closer to a regenerative loop with nature, in which we are giving more than we are taking. And I never worry about using a loofah sponge at my kitchen sink or on my skin, because there are no harmful byproducts for our home, for our health, or the environment. This is truly a natural product made by nature that I can even grow in my backyard or garden. I really think a loofah sponge is just one more reason to love your veggies, and I do hope that you give it a try and that you enjoy using it as much as we do in our home.